Evolution of a Trader, episode 10, I believe, January 1st. Just gotta redo the audio today because I was actually recording out of my computer microphone and it was absolute b-hole. So just gonna go over the trade on how it played out. I was looking at couple different trades for the day. The first one, I noticed that Flex was that top trend line that I have was pretty much meeting its gap fill for I think like 30 days from like a month ago. And I was just looking at a downfall. Obviously, if it was pre-market or if I was able to trade on that first two candles with this paper trading account, then I would have got in a little bit earlier. But that's not going to be, that wasn't the case. So grab this little short and eventually it ends up just like drops a little bit. And then I should have got out, but I was looking to get my target was around like 975. And so I was holding it out. As you can see right here, it dropped down a little bit. And I thought that was enough. I mean, I thought that was a sign that it was going to keep going like that big first open market candle. I was hoping that I was going to get another like that and shoot right down to my target, or maybe even past it. But it did not. And it ended up kind of moving forward a little bit. So I got out, which is all good. I was thinking about, I've always been kind of back and forth between getting out quick, like in a matter of 30 seconds, like right in that candle. And, you know, a lot of times it works for me. But then on the strongest patterns that I have or that I trade, what usually ends up happening is I get out on that candle and it continues down. Or it continues up in whichever way it continues in my favor. And I miss out on like, rather than getting $500, I get out early and just get that like quick $100, which is still green, which is still chill. But, you know, trying to be more aware and consider the relationship between my emotions and my rational thinking and like accept that they both exist at the same time and decide which one I need to listen to in the moment, you know, because they both have their pros and cons. And that's what I've been realizing. You know, we have emotions and emotional thinking for a reason. And once you realize that, you can use that to your advantage, like in kind of fight or flight mentality. It's a cheesy mentality. It's a cheesy cliche, but you think about it. If you're nervous and you got your adrenaline going, anxiety or whatever, you can either, you know, panic and freeze or bail. Or you can use that adrenaline and that rush of nervousness to be like, okay, I'm nervous right now because I don't want to fuck up. So like, let me make sure that I'm doing everything right or considering everything fucking focused. It's like LeBron, all high level athletes always think, or they always answer that they don't feel pressure. Because that's not how they don't view that type of situation or high stakes situations as quote unquote pressure, because that's what makes you fuck up. they view it as, oh, okay, this is a high stakes situation. Let me dominate. And use that energy that people associate with pressure as a catalyst or a performance enhancer to make you focus more. Anyway, so I got out of that one because it just wasn't moving fast enough. That, like, even when I consider holding for a little bit longer, I still don't want to hold like longer than a couple minutes. So I got out of that one because I saw a couple other bad boys moving. What was this one? SXTC. I was looking at this guy. Not a lot of volume on the day, but it went up crazy yesterday, and it's also one of these Chinese pharmaceuticals, and I know how they like to kind of manipulate these stocks. So I was looking at this one on that big red candle that dropped below the VWAP, thinking it was gonna do exactly what it did on that first red candle and the third one after market open, how it just dropped off and then curved right back up. And you can see me circling it right there. I thought I was going to do the exact same thing right there. Lo and behold, it did. And I was like, shit, I missed it. But I also was remembering my fucking murderous Monday and decided that I'm not going to give a shit. I'm going to accept that, you know, I didn't get in on there and just look for the next one. And that's exactly what I was doing. So, you know, we saw this next candle. I'm looking at these higher highs or higher lows. And what actually happened in this specific situation is I had my mouse hovering over, or my finger hovering over the mouse, which was hovered over the buy button, and I just accidentally fucking clicked it. Boop. And, you know, it kind of made me nervous a little bit, but I was just like, fuck it. Let's just see what happens. There's a wide spread. I don't want to just waste a trade on this because I'm also trying to severely minimize my trading, like severely minimize it. But then when I saw this drop down a little bit, I was just like, damn it. Shoulda, coulda, woulda though, you know? And so hold on to a little bit because I told myself I'm in this thing for 800. We're seeing a constant move up. It's still a higher low continuation. So let's hold on to this thing because it's not really showing a sell-off. Also, a question I have, if people know anything about this, if you look over where I have in my watch list where I have SXTC highlighted, it says that the shares are 0. And the shares is essentially the shares available to trade. It's essentially the float. From what I gathered with Thinkorswim's platform. And I've seen a couple different stocks like that, and I'm just curious what the hell that's about. So yeah, this is when I really started gaining some more confidence in this one. Oh, by the way, shout out to Patrick Whelan and Trading Mafia, or Trader Mafia, or Mafia Trading. My bad, I botched that, but they're both awesome. They both kind of embody I basically learned a lot of my style in my approach to trading, both of them. See right there, I got out and then it goes up a little bit. But, you know, my first instinct was, damn, I should have held a little bit longer. But I also right around the high of day, previous high day. So I wasn't trying to play any more games I was just trying to take my profits and get out. You know, I was up 20 cents or 30 cents or something like that. So I just said, fuck it, let's do it. But yeah, those two, Mafia Trading, I think I have more of mafia trading's mindset as far as in and out really quick. And I love dip buying, like quick dip buying. Like when you see a stock drop 50 cents or a dollar or some shit and you hop right in and then and the same candle jumps back up 50% of the candle and then you hop out and then it plummets back down or keeps going up. I love doing that. I don't know. It's just easy money. And it's just super obvious, it seems like. And then the opposite with shorting, obviously, but Thinkorswim doesn't really have that much shorting available. Patrick is somebody I've been really learning to adapt this mentality of like holding it for a couple more minutes, like getting in that good position and then making sure that you're in that good position and letting the play run out, I guess, a play out. Because it's like if you're in that kind of situation, if you're in the right trade and it is the play that you think it is, you know, don't get out immediately because it's gonna move. It's gonna go to where you want it to go, or at least pretty close. And if you get out early, you're gonna be missing out on a lot. But yeah, so that was my trading for the day. I was looking at SXTC to see if it gave me another one of those big candle drops, but it didn't, and I didn't feel like it just kept doing higher lows, and I figured it would go up more, but I just didn't want to play that game and like see if it did or not or whatever.